Hello and welcome to season 7 of It Could Have Been a Classic, and this week we're going to be covering a classic book called Under the Dome, but we're not talking about the book, we're going to be talking about the TV series. Now, I've just sat through 3 seasons of this. I don't know if I hate this series or like it. I'm very much on the fence. I'm also annoyed where it went, but there was some potential in here. So in 2013, we got a TV series called Under the Dome. Now, the book, which is quite fascinating, the book is totally different to this. The premise is very similar, though. An unknown dome surrounds Chester's Mills, a town somewhere in America. The characters in this, like Jim Rennie, Barbie, all that, they're all very same characters. Now, I've read the book many years ago, and of course it's about the usual things of paranoia, dwindling resources, who's the top dog in the town, ego, humans fucking each other over. Well, in the background there's the big situation being played out. Now, in the book, Big Jim Rennie, it's like loads of things happen, and then the oxygen starts running out, and it all comes out that it's alien children. Basically, it's the ant farm analogy. They stick a dome on top of something and start prodding. There's a big fight in Chester's Mill. Barbie and some others go to this place in the town, in this building, and they see they're called Leatherheads, these aliens looking at them. And one of them's a young girl, and they say, look, we're sentient beings like you shouldn't be doing this. And she takes pity and she turns the dome off. And that's the basics of this. Now, the TV series doesn't go that way, but it does start in season 1, where you get the dome, all the characters doing their things. Barbie, who's a hitman, well, he's an enforcer, but ex-special forces, is an elite trained soldier, ends up in Chester's Mill to get money off somebody who was his boss, who happens to be in the dome as well. We see her later on. We get Big Jim Rennie, the man behind who's keeping Chester's Mill alive. He's running a drug operation all about propane. You've got the honest sheriff and his assistant, who he treats like a daughter, the radio station, and all these numerous characters. Julia, the news reporter. Everybody's connected. And then we go back 30 years to the year 1988. Not in the first season. We sort of find this out in the later seasons. But it seems like this setup has been going on since the late 80s. But we arrive in 2013. Barbie comes into town. He nearly hits a cow. He crashes into a field. And he's stood there, and there's all this noise. The town starts shaking, and a big dome grows. And the classic scene is the cow being split in half. And this big dome is over the town. Now, we do have the corporate conspiracy in this, and the alien invasion. And how we're going to put all this together, I don't have a fucking clue, but here we go. So in the first season, everything starts coming together. The town secrets start coming out. People are freaking out. And each week there's a different scenario. And it works out that, people are blackmailing each other. I mean, it's all about paranoia and who's going to be the top dog of the town. Obviously, it's Big Jim Rennie, but Barbie's in the way. He starts an affair with a woman whose husband he killed because he had loads of money. And then suddenly there's all these people like Barbie's boss, Virginia. She's in the town, but she's been hidden away for quite a few episodes. Now, the radio station is picking up transmissions from outside. The military have surrounded the place. And then from outside, it comes out that they're going to drop a bomb on top of the dome, the military, and they all go hide in the cement factory. And they drop a bomb, and it has no effect. Now, Jim Rennie's son, he's not all there. He kidnaps his girlfriend and chains her up because he said the dome told him to. And loads of weird things start happening. Butterflies. the pink stars, and there's 4 teenagers. They find a mini dome in the centre of the big dome, and they're touching it, and things are happening, loads of weird stuff. And some people think the dome's chosen them to give them a destiny, and you get into all this. And we rushed through season 1 where Jim Rennie, Big Jim, has killed he's just killed a load of fucking people in this. And Barbie gets the blame because he's the challenge to his authority. And they're going to hang him at the second episode, and there's weird things happening with the dome lights, and there's the scene where they run out of water, even though there's a lake and they can't filter the water. Water tower gets damaged, and they're all fighting this other farmer, and there's a shootout over water. So all this type of stuff is going on, and then we get to the final episode of season 1, and Barbie, they're going to hang him because he killed this person and that person, and it finishes. That's where, and it is quite a cliffhanger for season 1. Now in season 2, people see like ghosts of dead people, like, and then you find out Big Jim Rennie's got a brother who killed the young girl Angie because he, in the 80s, an asteroid crashed in Chester's Mill, and there was an egg in the centre of it, and there's 4 of them. Big Jim's wife, who went insane, she was doing artwork for years, painting certain pictures, and they all ran off, and one of them, Barbie's sister, who happened to be there, who was a teenager at the time, she died, but she comes back from the dead, but obviously it's not her, takes on her form. She just turns up in the town. I mean, there's a lot of people in this place, and then so you're thinking, well, this is interesting. So it's like the dome is testing certain people. You've got the chosen ones that can touch the mini dome, but some of them find out about the mini egg that's controlling it, and Big Jim's after it. It's like, and this girl that turns up who died in the 80s, Monica or something, and she's there and she's pretending she don't know what's going on. And then halfway through season 2, there's a way out. I'm not making it up, there's a way out. It ends up back of the school locker, there's an entrance, a cave, because of this earthquake. And if you go down it, you get Wi-Fi signals. And Barbie and some others, they end up on the outside of the dome because Big Jim gets the egg, this energy thing, throws it off. And the girl Monica, she starts like deteriorating. They need to get the egg back. So they get out the dome starts constricting and weird things happening. And then we're running about outside for about 3 or 4 episodes with this corporation. What Barbie's dad owns. But he's only a front man. And we get into his family thing, and he says your daughter's come back from dead. And this corporation, apparently these eggs have landed all over the world. This corporation's been collecting them. But they haven't, this is the first one they've got intact. Now this is where it just, I don't know what to make of this. So they're running around, this corporation can't tell the government what's going on because they want the unlimited power in the egg. But it comes out that they're going to go back into the dome because it's like entrance in through some in the guy's back garden, and they all go back in, they take the egg and they save Monica. I know that they all go back in, and Barbie's father goes back into the dome and he takes the egg, and you come in through the river, it's like, and then the entrance is shut. You can't, well actually no, there's a back door in, but you can't get out. So he comes in, he sees his daughter because he hasn't seen her because he thinks she's dead. She says, I'm not your daughter. She kills him, Barbie's father, her dad, and then she clears off with the egg. And then suddenly she starts turning all malevolent, and then things happening, the dome starts constricting, it's going a bit crazy. But there's another entrance where there's loads of weird cocoons and purple lights in the wall, and big stone, gets all weird. And this girl says to him in final episode, Barbie's sister, follow me, and they all walk through. And that is the end of season 2. So in season 3, they're in an alternative reality, living in like a matrix where life could have been perfect. But what's come out now is that in these cocoons they're all being infected by the life force, because we keep seeing butterflies. I mean, the short and curlies of season 3, it's invasion of the body snatchers. And Julia comes out. There's 2 people in the alternative reality that come over. These were the people back in that created the dome, because there were 2 scientists that found the egg in Chester's Mill and activated the dome, and they were took over. And there's all corporate conspiracy which goes fucking nowhere. Honestly, it goes absolutely nowhere. So we have the new queen. They're called the Kinship, and they take over your body and they need to propagate. That's why when they come to a planet, something conquered their planet or went there and they all fucked off. And so they come to a planet, they create a dome, they start breeding, take over a town, and then take the dome down and go out in the world and take it over and infect everybody. It's basically invasion of the body snatchers. Now season 3 of this is absolutely terrible. It really was. Now the first season is exemplary, that mystery, but season 2 it were in and out. You know, it were half good, half bad. So you've got 1.5 halfway through on this, and then season 3 it was just an alien invasion series. That's it, and they lost out on so much potential with this. So all the testing, the destiny of certain people. I mean, half the cast got killed off over seasons. And then it's down to Barbie, Jim Rennitter with this malevolent character, because when his wife got back in the dome, she got killed, he turns against the dome. The former resistance, and it's them fights all about paranoia and the enemy within. And I was just thinking, is this what, after all this is what we're getting? Now the aliens create a new queen. Julia gets wiped out. She's the other queen. And it ends up being Barbie's ex-wife or girlfriend who he got pregnant in the Matrix thing. She's running about with a kinship, and I mean all the characters, most of them, like Big Jim Rennie's son, he killed him. They got a pointless ending. So they need 7 amethysts, which they got destroyed by the resistance, and to shatter the dome, because the dome's now running out of power and it's turned to stone, and all of them need to work together to get outside. So like there's a big battle, they get the dome down, the military comes marching in, Barbie, whose daughter's meant to be the queen, we think she gets killed off, and and that's it, the military gets in, the dome shattered. And that's it, just basically an alien invasion. All the aliens get locked up, and then it just gets fucking stupid. An American general, a year later, sat in a room with Barbie saying, you don't tell people about an alien invasion. It was an accident that created this dome, and that's that. That's it. So them that weren't infected, they get on with their lives. Chester's Mill becomes famous because they blame the corporation that something happened, it created this dome. One of their experiments that went wrong. And then we find out a year later, Barbie's off with the woman, Julia, I forgot her name, his girlfriend there on a motorbike driving across America, it's all over. And then like the NSA turns up in Humvees, and then we meet Big Jim Rennie. He's a senator now, and he's in charge of a secret fucking organisation, because they found out that the alien queen, the new one, is alive, and she's moving around America, and she finds another egg and said it's not time yet, and she's with some kids. So that's where it finishes. So thank God we never got a season 4. This series, it started off so well, and it just went down toilet after that. Season 3 is terrible. I mean, it wasn't bad, but like in the first season, it's like Lost. You're getting all this crazy weird shit, and you're hooked on it. What's going on? This experiment with this insane dome, and everybody fucking each other over. And then season 2, they're running about outside, then they're back inside. Corporate conspiracy, which just falls flat on its face. And then we end up with invasion of the body snatchers or the invaders, basically all in this dome. Now it makes sense. If you're going to conquer a planet, you need a beachhead. which you get a dome. And that is cool. That makes sense. But where this went, it was a waste of time. Honestly, it really was. Such a shame. Now, as Under the Dome got any potential, I would have took this. You could have put the alien invasion in this, but done it where one of the aliens was there all along, and all these things that were happening to people, it were being controlled by them, and then we get into the full thing where the survivors in the town stop them from ready to go out and take over the world. I wouldn't have done it this way. I'd have gone down that path. That's where I would have gone with this. Now, you're going to say to me, is Under the Dome a classic? I'm sat on the fence with this because at least 1.5 part, season 1 and half of season 2 are fucking marvellous, and then the rest is down the toilet. So on this video, I'm not going to put it through, but I'm not going to put it in the toilet either. There's a shelf. I've got the shelf where things sit in classic. On it could have been a classic. This is going on the shelf. Maybe I'll go back to this. Give it a look. You know, it's worth a look. I did enjoy it, but it was annoying of the outcome. I mean, basically, by the end of it, they're all going to get together and hunt the Queen down and stop basically another dome being created. Now, there was some potential because who are the aliens running from? There's a great scene when they're all in the dome and asteroids are hitting the Earth and they're all watching it through the dome, which is brilliant, but it's an illusion. But it's that would have been great. This is what's coming to your world. And it could have ended up where you end up working with the aliens to stop these others that are coming. There was a lot that could have gone, but they didn't. They wasted this. Now, the book by Stephen King is exemplary, but no, Under the Dome, you are going on a shelf, and I will see you on the next episode.